It is time to go racing for the Gatorade Cup Series, race number 5 of Season 13. We head to the Texas Road Superspeedway in College Station, Texas for the running of the Pennzoil 400. On pole for today's race, Season 8 champion of the series, Max Anderson in the 43. Beside him in second, our Michigan winner, Riley Sprotube in the 22. Then in third, a technical home track race for Conrad Evans in the 8. Fourth place, our points leader, Code Luigi. And ranking at the top 5, the 4 of John Smith. They have Bronson make the 3 starting in 6th. 7th place for Griffin Lynn, trying to turn around what has been a dismal start to the season. His teammate Riley Sampson starts, who's outside in 8th. 9th place start to Derek Hamill, and BB Rose, the 00, rounds out the top 10. Back behind them, Texan TJ Henley, who's inside the 96 of Anson and Charles Bois. Then there's Keegan Thompson in the 48 and the 10 of Ross McTrain. Then there's Zachary DeLello and teammate Sebastian Kukulans, who is outside. Marshall Burrow in the 14 car and the 47 of Logan Williams, along with Levi Shones and Anthony Hernandez in the 13. Then there's Samet Oskin in the 53 of Jay Brando, along with runner-up in the Target Series race, Brett Sierra, and the 2 for the Grange, who is outside. Then there's our Texas winner, Jake Galloway, who's inside the 51 of Colin Teague. Then we have Jonathan Beeford in the 6 of Evan Hunter, with Brandon Beal and Scott Gregory behind the wheel of the 1, subbing for the rest of the season for injured Michael Gregory after the vicious crash at the Texas Motor Speedway. Then there's Caden Lynn and Texan Jade Jefferson, along with Cody Anderson in the 9 of Jeff Wright. Then there's second in points, Diego Pez, and third in points, Max Rossi. Then Eli Bright winner here in the Target Series, and the 66 of Nottingham Scott. Then we have Riley Cresswell and Roman Fenway, and in the final row, 41st, Nathan Baird, 42nd for the 41 of Justin Zeidel. There's our 42 car starting lineup for racing here at the Texas Road Superspeedway. Let's go on track set for the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
"42 engines come to life. They crank them up here at the Texas Road Superspeedway for the 5th race of the season. So far in 4 races, 4 different winners. Max Rossi won the Daytona 500, followed by a win for Riley Sprotube in Michigan. Cole Luigi stealing one at Denver, and Jake Galloway getting out of the slump he's been in, winning last race at Texas. We'll see if he can try and complete the Texas 2-step, or if someone else has something in mind here in the Pennzoil 400. 30 laps at Texas World. 2 veterans of the Gatorade Cup Series, Max Anderson, Riley Sprotube leads to the green flag. Conrad Evans in a technical home track race will start in 3rd. Here they come down the front stretch to the restart zone. Where does Anderson go to start this race? There he is. He's on the gas, and we're going green flag in Texas World. Pretty even start for both lanes. Now some 3 wide down the backstretch as towards the back they start to shuffle out. At the front, John Smith took Evans and Sprotube 3 wide. Meanwhile, 43 Max Anderson leads them off the 4th corner from pole with a massive run on the field. Max Anderson leads the first lap of the Pennzoil 400. John Smith up to 2nd. Griffin Lynn, the 36, down in line. Now might get shoved middle of 3 as Anson and Charles Bois comes with the run. Keegan Thompson and Zachary DeLello also moving on the inside lane. It's a cloudy, overcast day here at Texas World, so I'm going to expect to see a lot more grip than usual at this racetrack, which might produce some interesting issues having to arise here with them going so fast down these straightaways with these engines making so much horsepower. You know, it's very possible that it's going to be harder to make passes here, and the field might get more spread out than we're used to seeing here at Texas World, as Max Anderson leads the 2nd straight lap. Griffin Lynn, as we mentioned, trying to turn around a dismal start to the season. It's not been the retirement season he's wanted so far, but he's now up inside the top 5 currently, as now Keegan Thompson will move to 2nd in the 48. Riley Sprotube back down in line. DeLello coming down low, and here comes Thompson for the lead. A great run off turn 2 and down the backstretch. Car number 48 inside the 43, and Keegan Thompson will lead here at Texas World. Riley Sprotube had to check up on the bottom. Max Anderson getting wound up on the top. You can see he was going way faster on the top side than Riley. However, it's just such a huge difference in gap in terms of running the top or bottom, the distance you run. Sprotube was going about 4 miles an hour slower than Max Anderson, but still was able to keep on the inside of the 43 because of the shorter way around the racetrack. down the backstretch of the race. The packs spread out. You can see right there, kind of mid-pack. It's almost like an hourglass. You know, you kind of got 2x2 up here. They have single file in the middle of the pack, and then 2x2 at the back. It's very much like an hourglass. You can see right here, it's very hard to make the inside stick. Zachary DeLello had to lift there in the 52. That's just how much grip there is on this racetrack for the outside lanes. They're going almost 220 miles an hour off to the first corner. It's a very cloudy, cool day, which means higher speeds, more grip. But if you're inside of someone, you're going that fast, you're going to have to chuck up on the inside lane with just the arc you're getting to the corner. It's not going to be as good. Here they come down the back, side by side for a second. To the inside, Riley's road to on Max Anderson. Keegan Thompson still leading in the 48 car. Now John Smith in the 4, moving back up behind Riley's. The race off of 4, down to the start-finish line. Keegan Thompson, the 48, still your race leader in the Pennzoil 400, as the pack will go 3 wide back behind them to turn 1. Is that the 53, Jay Rando down low? And it is. Rando won here last season, driving the 22 car, looking to get back to victory lane here at Texas World and the Gatorade Cup Series, trying to go back-to-back at this racetrack in this series. Bradley Sprotube up to second, just behind Keegan. Might try and pressure him here through 3 and 4, getting a little bit of a run in the draft, and now going to pull out. We'll see if he tries to get that side draft, and we'll see how big the run is for Sprotube. Down the front stretch, Keegan Thompson continues to lead, but Sprotube has the preferred inside lane to turn number 1, and we'll see who gets the drafting help from behind. Brett 024 going 3 wide behind, has to check up on the bottom. Meanwhile, at the front, Bradley Sprotube will clear Keegan Thompson to move out in front. Here at Texas World, Thompson back to second. Anson and Charlebois up to third. But now Thompson with a crossover move to the inside of Riley. Just as fast as he lost it, he gets it right back. Keegan Thompson back out in front in Texas World. Never even lost the lead for a lap. Sprotube didn't get to lead lap in that exchange. He really probably wanted to do that for 5 bonus points, but couldn't get it done. Thompson wants the 5 bonus points to lead the most laps, it looks like. Through turns 1 and 2, Anson and Charlebois with a run to the back of the 48 of Keegan Thompson as they race down the backstretch. Obviously, this high grip scenario with these clouds rolling in over the racetrack, definitely producing a different type of Texas World race. Normally, it's packed together 2x2, 3x3. Instead, here today, it's looking like it's going to be a little bit harder to pass. Track position is more at a premium than what we've seen before here at this racetrack. Zachary DeLello, power move on the outside, trying to get by the 24 and the 13 both, as the front 4 get a little bit of a gap over 5th on back. Jay Rando, Riley Sprotube, Anson and Charlebois, and Keegan Thompson. But now, as Rando loses the bottom of the racetrack, here comes John Smith looking to his outside in the 4 car with a nice run. But Max Anderson going to go low with Rando. Sprotube looked down Anson and Charlebois for a second, but couldn't make it work. They stay in line 2nd and 3rd behind the 48 of Thompson, who has at this point led the most laps in this race. Here comes Sprotube again with a peek down to the inside of the 96, down the stretch to the inside of the 96, and already 10 laps down at the start-finish line this time by. This race flying by as they're running 33-second lap times around a 2-mile racetrack. When you think about 2-mile racetracks, Riley Sprotube won the last time out of a 2-mile racetrack. Michigan, race number 2 of the season, looking to become the first multi-time winner in Gatorade Cup Series 13th season. But still, Keegan Thompson now in front, Sprotube with a nice run off 4 there. Jay Rando clears for 3rd off of Anson and Charlebois. For 5th, John Smith is on. Max Anderson, the 43, clears it. DeLello with a run on Hamill and Hernandez. The 13 clears him off. Here comes the 3 of Bronson Minnick. And then just behind these drivers, just outside the top 10, 11th place, Baby Ruiz. TJ Henley 12th, Brett Sierra 13th. And then Cody Anderson up inside the top 15. Conrad Evans back to 15th. Nathan Baird started on the last row, 41st, but up to 16th. Kukulon, Shones, Lynn, and Rossi are right now the top 20. So obviously, even though track position has been a premium so far today, it hasn't been hard to make a way through the field. Baird started last row, now up inside the top 15, the 77. And they're shuffling Brett Sear out in the 24. Sprotube onto the back of Keegan Thompson entering turn 1. Had to lift, though, behind the 48. Lost so much ground. And Randall might have a bid for second right here in the 53. Poster, Max Anderson, one of only 2 drivers to lead here today. Moving up for 4th, trying to get track position back off of Anson and Charlebois. Moving down to the bottom, and we'll get around this 96. Hernandez the 13, Bronson make the 3, starting to make some progress up through the field. Same with Baby Ruiz, TJ Henley, and Cody Anderson. Brett Sierra back down line, trying to get some spots back, but no drafting help there. They train him on the outside. Evans might be able to maintain that 14th spot. Maybe not, though. Sierra with a nice run to the bottom in the 24. For second, Jay Randall's low on Riley Sprotube, but doesn't have the help down low. Sprotube off of the 48's draft will keep that second spot. Now's the 53 moved up. Max Anderson moved to the bottom in a tandem move with Anson and Travois, but a bad angle into the corner. He couldn't stay to the gas, and Randall will keep third, but Sprotube is now pressuring Thompson again for the race lead. A nice run off turn 4 down the front stretch. See if he takes it anywhere in this 22. He's going to look to the inside. Thompson in turn 1. Riley Sprotube, Keegan Thompson, door to door. And they'll stay side by side off turn 2. This is going to allow Randall with a nice run as they punch a huge hole in the air. Randall, look at that. 5 miles an hour faster than the guys in front of him. Riley Sprotube will move out in front of Thompson, our third leader of the race. Our second lead change, Riley Sprotube will move out in front on lap number 14 here at Texas World. Halfway next time by in this race so far, caution free. Look at that run for Bronson Mick to the bottom of the 3 car. 96 Anson and Travois coming with them. And now Riley gonna reap the benefits of being the race leader right now. Down the backstretch of the race. Some drivers still trying to work their way through the field. Thompson will maintain second off of Rando. Take a look at the back of the field right now, held by Colin Teague, Jeff Wright, points leader, Code Luigi. Not what he was wanting out of this day, back in 40th right now. Jefferson, Texas winner, Jake Galloway. Winner here in the Target Series, Eli Bright. A lot of drivers, a lot of big names not having good days. Luke Rainey, the 2. Marshall Burrow, the 14. Riley Sampson, Griffin Lynn is falling back. Scott Gregory trying to get up there in the 1 car. Evan Hunter's back here. Riley Cresswell, the rookie. Conrad Evans has fallen outside the top 20 in the 8 car. Max Rossi starting to come forward in the 81. He might be able to get up inside the top 15 in a short bit. Back up to the front. 2 cars breakaways. They're now side by side. Third on back to about 10th. As Bronson Minnick puts car number 3 into position number 3. Minnick with a nice run up through the field. We'll see if he has a shot at the end of this thing. Keegan Thompson, 48, with a nice run through turn 22, trying to gain on Riley Sprotube using the draft off of that 22. Here they race down the backstretch, off to turn 3. 13 laps remain at the start-finish line. It's been a quick one. It looks like it's going to go caution-free with how spread out this field is. So at this point, you're going to want to position yourself right. Here comes Thompson to the bottom of the 48. And that's going to produce another big run for third place, Bronson Minnick. Can he try and go 3 wide to the bottom? Is it a big enough run to do that? I don't think so. That 3's going to have to stay behind the 48, but Keegan Thompson going to move back out front. He's led the most laps so far today, and he's right now back out in the lead. We'll see if Minnick can get to third here, or get to second, get by Riley Sprotube. It's been so hard to make some passes work here today, and once again, that bottom lane just not the place to be in turns 3 and 4 especially. He stays door to door with Riley. Here comes the Texan TJ Hanley to the bottom 3 wide, trying to break his way into the top 5 for the first time today in the final 12 laps. TJ looking for a win at his home track. You think about the Texas Superspeedway, we've called it the home track for TJ throughout all of his Gatorade Cup Series seasons. But this track, in particular, closer than Texas to his home. He would love to get it in College Station here today at the Texas World Superspeedway. Still for second, Minnick not letting Sprotube clear him in the 22. Look at this battling right here. Back around, 11 to go. Anson and Travois looking to make it 3 wide for second. Max Anderson going with him in the 43. That's going to halt him, but might help Minnick here. It would have helped Minnick more if he had help. Sprotube had help from Randall, able to clear for second right there. A big power move out of the 22. These 2 out in front, that 48 and the 22, they are definitely the class of the field so far today. We'll see if they can end it out with victories. Still Thompson out front. He's led the most laps here today. Jay Randall moving for second, looking to go back-to-back in the Gatorade Cup Series at Texas World. Behind them, Bronson Minnick, Anson and Travois, pole sitter Max Anderson, Texan TJ Hanley, and Anthony in the 13. A lot of big names, a lot of faces that we are familiar with moving to the front when the time is right. Down the back they race, 9 laps to go to the start-finish line. Top few get single file. Anderson cuts off the nose of TJ Hanley. TJ moves him up the racetrack. How about some more names coming to the front? Zachary DeLello in the 52, Levi Schultz in the 12, and Brett Sever's coming back in the 24. Cody Anderson right now inside the top 15. Max Rossi looking to get to the points lead. Right now in 16th, came in 3rd in points. Yepezu came in 2nd in points, right behind him in 21st. And for Kovic, it's been a disaster of a race, battling at the back of the field in the 40s. Jake Galloway, last race winner, back in 42nd. So one race he was winning in Texas. The next race he's possibly going to finish last in Texas. And now a big thing that's happening, tires are starting to wear off. And that's going to be even harder to make passes. So you have to have the track position right now if you want to win this race. 8 to go. Keegan Thompson still out front. Riley Spurgeon looking for around the top side. That might actually help him step a pass on Thompson. Ran wider, got a nice run off the corner. We'll see if he can try and take this run to the inside turns 3 and 4. And look how single file the field is inside the top 15. Randall for 3rd on Minnick. He'll take that spot away. Spurley is low on Keegan Thompson. Door to door to 7 to go this time by. Leader of the lap goes to Keegan Thompson by a fraction of an inch. Spurgeon already clears him into turn 1. Riley Spurgeon back out front now. Thompson going to try and get back in 2nd. Jay Randall 53 coming with the run. Minnick lurking in 4th. Charles Bois 5th. Anderson, Hernandez, Hanley 6th, 7th, 8th. 6 laps at the start-finish line. Thompson with the run back on the Spurley tube. And back to the inside. 6 laps to go. Riley Spurgeon will lead this lap. But Thompson once again is the inside lane. Look at the run for Jay Randall in the 53. He'll be 3 wide to the bottom. Trying to back up the entrance to get a better exit. They're still side by side. Thompson can't complete it on Spurgeon, but gets a nice run. But the 48 has the draft from the 53 at the moment. And stays even with the 22. Randall moving low. Charles Bois to lift on the bottom. He loses momentum. Minnick might get back to 4th. Randall will move up to 2nd. Final 5 laps underway at Texas World. 10 miles remain. Anderson moved out but had no help. Hanley to his outside in the 21. Spurgeon now falling back. Can he try and find a way back in line? Randall not a good 1 and 2, and Thompson opens the gap up in the 48. Down the backstretch of the race. We'll see 4 to go at the start-finish line. That is the point of no return here at Texas World. Once we get to that mark, a yellow flag would end it. 3 wide behind them. Hanley getting shuffled along with Anthony Hernandez. 4 to go. Yellow flag would end it in Texas World. Thompson leads it. Rando in 2nd. Minnick in 3rd. Charles Bois down to 4th. Spurgeon kick back to 5th in the 22. Maybe not. He's still fighting for that 4th spot. Not giving it up quite yet. Hernandez also got line to 13. He maintains position. Spurgeon maintains 4th. Minnick looking low for 2nd on Rando. Only helping Keegan Thompson. 3 to go at the line. Rando's got a nice run here in the top. Stayed clear now. Spurgeon's going to run to Minnick. The 3 got halted. Look at him. He's trying to look around the outside. The 3 blocks it. Spurgeon going to possibly push him off into turn 1. 3 to go. 22 trying to get down. 96 is down there. 96 up in line. But right now it's a 2-car race at the front. 48-53. Thompson Rando as they race down the backstretch. 2 laps at the start-finish line is all that's left. Can Rando time this right? And if they start to get battling out, does Minnick or Spurotube have anything for them? 2 laps is left. 4 cars have broken away. Max Anderson, the 1 in 5th, with Anson and Charles Bois, TJ Hanley, Anthony, and others trying to get inside the top 10 at the end. Nathan Baird started last row, just in this pack behind the front few. White flag this time by in the Pennzoil 400. Keegan Thompson has dominated the race, but it's not always the dominator that gets the victory lane in the Gatorade Cup Series. Can Rando go back-to-back at Texas World in the Gatorade Cup Series? Can Minnick or Spurgeon find some sort of miracle run to get up here? White flag last lap at Texas World. Minnick is low on Rando for 2nd, slowing themselves down. Now, if he can't get it on the bomb right here, Rando might have a nice run with the top side. Spurgeon would go with Rando, but Minnick stayed down there. And as they race side by side for 2nd, Keegan Thompson opens the gap up in the 48. Turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Rando trying to keep 2nd. That's the best he's going to get out of the day. Here they come on turn 4. He's dominated the afternoon. He'll get the victory lane at Texas World. Keegan Thompson, the 5th winner of the Gatorade Cup Series Season 13. Thompson gets it done for Hendrick Motorsports. What a run for Keegan Thompson today. Track position prevailed after a crazy weather race. A lot of cloudiness here today. Provide a lot of grip, but it was very hard to make passes on the inside work. Keegan Thompson played that to his advantage to win at Texas World. Let's go see the finishing results and the updated point standings. Here is how they finished in the Pennzoil 400 at the Texas World Superspeedway. No caution flags here today, and 5 lead changes. 3 different drivers saw the lead here in Texas World. Reigning supreme, leading 23 of the 30 laps run, Keegan Thompson started 13th in this race with an average speed of 214.5 miles an hour. No caution flags and a lot of grip provide that one for sure. Second place to Jay Rando, so close to going back-to-back here at this racetrack in the Gatorade Cup Series, but the track's been good to him. Second place, good points day. Bronson Mank, third place for him. Riley Sprague, who led 5 laps, so close to getting his second victory of the season, finishes in 4th. He is now the new points leader. And Max Anderson from pole finishes in 5th. Anthony Charles Block gets 6th. TJ Hanley, Texas was good to him. He ends up in 7th. Anthony Nez gets 8th. Bibby Rose and Zachary DeLello round out the top 10. Brett Sears, so close to a top 10, gets 11th. Good points day for him. John Smith, Sebastian Kukla, Levi Jones, and Nonigan Scott complete the top 15. Nathan Baird from last row gets 16th. Cody Anderson, Riley Cresswell, Max Rossi, and Brandon Beal complete the top 20 finishers. I mean, look down from 15th to 20th. The best starter was 30th place Brandon Beal. Derek Hamill started inside the top 10, falls back to 21st. Diego Yepes came in second in points, 24th for him. Scott Greger, his first start of the season, 27th for the driver of the one. Conrad Evans fell back to 29th place after starting up in 3rd. Griffin Lynn, Riley Sampson, same story for them. They started inside the top 10. They both finished 32nd and 33rd. Eli Bright, winner here in the Target Series, 36th. Cole Luigi came in points leader, leaves last in this race. Jake Galloway, winner at Texas just last race, 40th for him. Those are 3 big names down at the bottom. Galloway, Jeff Bright, and Cole Luigi. Let's now go see the point standings. Here are the points, 5 races in. Riley Sprague to the 22, now back out on top by a slim margin of 9 points over Max Rossi, who moves back up into 2nd. Yepes down to 3rd, Baird up to 4th, and Cole Luigi down to 5th, but only 22 points back. Derek Kimmel right now in 6th, TJ Hanley 7th, Sebastian Kukulon, Jay Rando, and Max Anderson complete the top 10 in the points. Anderson picked up his 2nd pole of the season here today. Just outside the top 10, Bronson Mank and Levi Jones along with Brandon Beal, Bibby Ruiz, and Jonathan Buford. Keegan Thompson, the win today, bumps him up to 16th in points. And right now, 4 of our winners are inside the top 20 in points. Keegan Thompson and Bronson Mank would be the 2 wildcard spots if the chase were to start today. Galloway down to 22nd after a dismal day in that 11 car. Luke Rainey just outside the top 20 and 21st. Fenway and Hunter, the teammates, 23rd, 24th. And some big names down at the bottom. Jeff Bright, 35th. Eli Bright, 37th. Anthony Hernandez, 36th. Brett Seaver down in 40th. They have the Gregories, and then there's Griffin Lynn. His last season, it's not been a good first 5 races for sure. However, once again, I mentioned this last race. This is how Trey Rainey's season was going at the start of last season. He ended up winning the championship. So anything's possible for Lynn, that's for sure. Next race out, our first road course race of the season, heading to Watkins Glen for the AAA 300. I will see you guys then.